Hey guys, it's Christine with Pretty Spirits. I'm going to be doing your card pull today using the Life Purpose Edition. The Truth Deck Life Purpose Edition is perfect for, of course, life purpose, analyzing what brings you deeper fulfillment, more excitement, and then general career insight. And also, it's good to use when you're asking about finances, when it's tied to, your creative passion, how to generate more wealth, how to really get clients coming to you consistently. This is the deck for that. So I'm going to be pulling 3 different messages for 3 different groups. So this is your time to center yourself and decide, what group do I want to tap into? What message is going to be for me? Trust that intuition. If 1, 2, or 3 comes through, just trust that. Or maybe you'll say all messages are for me and just take the whole reading with you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take a deep breath myself. And I'm going to pull group number 1. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the cards and see what comes through for group number 1. All right, sacrifice what is not serving you and what brings me joy. All right, sacrifice what's not serving you and what brings you joy. And also the numbers on the cards, they serve as an added reading, like an added layer to the reading. So if you understand numerology, and if you don't, there's plenty of resources on Google. I would take this, for example, 16 and add 7, add it to be 7. So that would tell me this is a spiritual message. This is a spiritual calling that you're being asked to take. So sacrifice what's not serving you means, instead of just going for what the ego is saying not serving you, spiritually, what is spirit advising you to do? Because 7 is all about spirit and really taking that aligned step. All right. And then what brings you joy, with that being the number 10, lessons of completion, meaning that you're exiting a chapter that really didn't, sustain you and your happiness. And now you're thinking long term, what brings you that sense of excitement, enjoyment. And also it can be turned into a 1 plus 0. Ones are all about manifesting, creating. So what do you create for this next journey? All right. So that's how I would add the numbers into the message for your overall insight. So for group number 1, Spirit is saying sacrifice was no longer serving you. What have you been holding on to just because of routine, because of comfort, because it's something that people see you as being, and you are so tied to that identity that you don't understand what life is beyond that? Take time to realize it's about growth, it's about transition, it's about shedding your old ways and stepping into new power. And the most powerful parts of you come from a place of pure excitement, something that you're naturally drawn to, something that just feels easy. You can monetize those experiences. So that's why Spirit is saying, what brings you joy? You don't have to settle for what seems logical, what seems like, you can do it to make money because it's stable. There's no such thing as complete stability. There's no such thing as job security. Everything is going to ebb and flow and change because that's life. So because of that, you might as well get rid of what you're outgrowing and step into what you've always kind of had your eye on, but maybe not enough courage to go after. This is the time for that, okay? So that's the message for group number 1. Let's step into group number 2. What is your message? Overall energy for group number 2. All right. Confidence is needed and blank excites me. All right. So confidence is needed and blank excites me. So right now for group number 2, this message is about you owning, your story, because maybe people are saying you should really take a path that leads you this direction, or I see you being good at doing this, and you want to make them happy. You want to maybe please that person or that group of people, but confidence is needed to stand up and say, no, this is where I see my life going, or no, I don't want your hands, controlling aspects of my life. I want to be able to say what I need for myself, what I see for my journey. Confidence is needed to do that. And furthermore, just like group number one, it's time for you to do so from a place of pure, like, oh, this thrills me. This is something that I always had my heart set on, but people really didn't believe in me. Who cares if other people don't believe in you? This is about you and you. So the confidence that it's needed right now with the 8s on both of these message, talking about abundance. We know those 8s are about the abundance, the flow, the overjoy, the emotions that come to fulfill you when you step into a path that is naturally for you, carved out for you, and no one is going to know that better than you. So this is the time to really step into the fullness of your voice. Speak up. If you're at a company that you really desire to be at, but maybe you're in the room and you're really holding back and not really participating or speaking up and declaring the changes that you see the company needs to take things to the next level. This is the time to speak up at those meetings, okay? This could be the time to speak up with your clients and say, this is my new rate. I know I've been allowing you to, come to me for this particular rate for so long, but now I believe in myself more, and so I have to charge more. I see my gifts are helping you, so this is the time where I want to ask for more of my value. This is that space in time where your confidence is going to lead you to more income, more prosperity, more fulfillment, more excitement. Let's go ahead and tap into group number 3 and see what messages are here for group number 3. Group number 3, you have invest in your vision and what brings you peace. Invest in your vision and what brings you peace. Okay, so some of you may want to, start a new path, but maybe that new path requires you to move, or it requires you to take a pay cut, or maybe it requires you to go back to school. This is the time to invest in your vision. So if you have to invest more time, if you have to invest more resources, if you have to ask help from different people around you to support this path going forward, do what it takes. Do what it takes now so that long term you can be fulfilled. Long term you can be, happier. You can have that true, sense of peace as the second card speaks to, because if you're just going with what you have known, you're not expanding, you're going to eventually get stale, get stagnant, and feel discontent, feel depression, even feel anger, irritation. But all of that is because you didn't take the steps needed to get to the next place, to get to the next level. So if you have to make the sacrifices now and invest in your vision, maybe instead of eating out all the time, you save up that money and you start that course that you need. You figure out how to hire a marketing manager, or you do what it takes to really put more backing into a plan that you have, financially or otherwise. This would be the time to just go all in instead of having one foot in and one foot out. Maybe this means finally quitting the full-time job and going all in your dream part-time, your dream side gig, making that your full-time adventure. This is what brings you peace. This is what brings you the ability to say, I'm being true to myself. I'm actually stepping into just more of who I am instead of wearing a mask and, acting like I'm okay with the path that I'm going, but I'm not. So do what brings you peace. Do what brings you that sense of like, finally, I'm allowing myself to be myself. All right. So those are the messages for group 1, group 2, and group 3. And again, I pulled from the Life Purpose Oracle. You can find this prettyspirits.com. And we have so many different messages because there's 100 cards in this deck. All of our truth decks have 100 cards included, and the messages are handwritten by Lauren. All right. So until next time, I'll check in. If you want to schedule with me or schedule with Lauren, you can also visit prettyspirits.com and schedule your one-on-one session as well. All right, guys. Thank you.